So, if you're still with me, welcome back to part 2. I was just having a little butchers at this whilst I saved the previous part 1. Been ages since I look on my own site. Just ain't had the time to sort it out, but it will be sorted out very soon. I'll tell you what, I really miss my till hair. Well, back one day, Sunday. Still got the eyebrows slit though. I remember them as well. Put them there because I vowed to never be brought to my knees by anyone or anything. And then you've got the M for magpie. Or is it Mason? Oh, sorry. Where were we? We were here. So, Yellowhead, sun worship, Whitehead, moon worship, and the seeds would be the star worship. Okay? It was all just laid out almost again like it was meant to be. I know you probably can't stand that as much as I can't stand it, but I do believe that you will be shown the way as time goes on, you know, and as you move on and find out who you truly are and what you truly are and who and what these dead dandelions truly are is a rotting flower that's no longer attached to what makes it grow. They're stunted in growth. So the petals open in the morning and shut in the evening, whilst they're still with petals, of course. I thought that was quite fitting also, you know, the idea of, I suppose, showing you a part of themselves, but then hiding behind the mask so that you don't see all of themselves. Otherwise, they couldn't deceive and therefore they couldn't bereave. So, a dead dandelion is also an omen of wealth. It's all they care about, it's all they seek. Usually, the main reason why they join the other side for wealth. Oh, what have I done here? Yeah, so 6.6 represents the symmetry of the dandelion flower. Okay, 66 is a very important number to them. In a way, more important than the 666. Community. Okay, now you can take that as, oh, you know, we all care for one another, but they don't. They only care for themselves. I see the word community in this prospect and aspect to mean hive mind, which is another goal that they have very high veracity towards and velocity for, because they're not going to give up on that. That's one of the main ones that they will never give up on. As I say, keep coming back, right? So, what we got here? Unspecific origin. Yeah, dandelions do have a very unspecific origin. If you try to look it up, I would tell you to, but you won't find anything because no one knows their true origins. Okay, but they've always been here. Always fucking been here. Okay. Yeah, dandelions were indeed adored by the Egyptians and Romans. What do we know about the Egyptians and the Romans? So the Egyptians took the teachings and ancient texts and the tablets of Babylon, okay, of Babylonia. And the Romans became the Catholics. They were also the cause for the Rosicrucians, the Knights of the Templars, or as we know them today, the Freemasons. The number 44 we've already gone over, meaning chaos. Singular eye characteristics. I'd say it's an obvious one, right? Long-lasting youth and happiness. So that is what they have been promised, okay, by the great dragon. They don't seem to realise how betrayed they have been by the dragon. It shall burn them to a cinder and tear them to asunder. I suppose the one that sticks in everyone's mind would be making the one wish. Selling your soul. Okay, it only takes one wish that they make. Once they do, as I said, they're done. Alright? Last but not least, by eating them, they can give you endurance, but also poison you in doing so. It's part of the process. Not only for the consumption of these flowers, but for the namesake of these dead dandelions when they consume this evil. Okay? It's self-poisoning. It may take time because of the endurance that it gives them, but they are poisonous. They are very poisonous to everyone and everything around them, even each other. They all betray each other just as much as they've been betrayed by the one they serve. Defeats its own purpose, really, doesn't it? But then that's the reason for the Ouroboros snake devouring its own tail. That's their nature. Okay. So we'll just go over very quickly. I took the namesake sorrow. Sorrow is this. The emotion of sorrow is a feeling of intense empathy, selfless, solitary sadness for others around you, and the regret of not being able to help or heal their hurt and pain. Okay? If you watch my channel, if you listen to my channel, then you all ought to know by now that that is exactly how I feel and have felt for a long, long, long time. And I'm glad I do too, or I wouldn't be doing this work. Now the magpie holds many characteristics that are again just very ironically fitting. You know, I don't believe in coincidence, but I do believe in destiny. Not so much fate. I think that's up to us because we have the free will to make sure that it is. Nevertheless, a magpie is symbolic for adaptation, creative expression, assertion, awareness to deception and trickery, reevaluation, lasting fortune, intelligence, resistance to material desires, false beliefs and illusion, perception and strength. So these are the points that I try to hit every single day with every single word that I say in these videos. Okay. Colour teal, just to finish up and finalise with. It's my favourite colour. It's also, of course, the colour of the magpie, primarily. It stands for sky and sea. That's why I have sky and sea backgrounds on the site itself. It stands for tranquility. It stands for clarity of thought. It stands for reflection. It stands for rejuvenation, optimism, revitalization, dignity, spiritual balance, and stability. Again, I try to follow these to a T. Okay, it keeps me intact. It keeps me where I need to be. Okay, so that I can try and lead the flock, as well as remember that I'm part of it. All right. Yeah. So that's that for now. I did just go over this from the first part. I noticed that it hadn't been updated to what I've put. Just a few little bits and bobs. Thought I'd point that out. And although it may seem slightly, maybe even more so, maybe arrogant or ignorant to call myself an artist, I believe each and every one of us is exactly and in fact that, an artist, and that's why I call it. I actually have it tattooed on the back of my neck in Japanese. The Japanese just tying into the tech wear fashion that I've always quite been into, because I know that they have quite a satanic culture in itself. But we are all artists. We truly are. And what I've read to you, the points that I've given to you, is what keeps me inspired to create the art the same way that the creator created us as its art. Okay. We are all unique, especially when it comes to these dead dandelions. So don't ever allow them to attempt to convince you otherwise. You will never be like them, and they never could be like you, which is why they turned the other cheek and took the other path. They're lost down it. You're not. And I know you want to guide them, but they can't be guided. They're in pitch black darkness, and the only light that can guide them is the false one. When they get to it, what happens? They get fucking burned. Moths to the flame. And I'm sorry to say it, but most of them deserve it. Just don't ever let them convince you that you do too, for being a human being, for being an artist. Okay? Keep it up. Keep your head held high, knowing and seeing the fine line between you and them, the dead dandelions. Thank you.